Well, I guess this segment is returning for, I believe, the third time. Clint Sharples, President, Chairman, and Director of Heritage Cannabis Holdings Corp, trading on the CSE under the symbol CANN. Clint, welcome back.
Thanks. Great to be here again.
Yeah, so Clint, this company, Heritage Cannabis, is starting to take the form of a large-scale LP. And full disclosure, I own shares. I'm likely going to be helping you on the marketing side, but I continue to accumulate shares because I see Heritage Cannabis is potentially becoming a very successful company based on what you're doing. So let's start with an overview of all the parts that make up Heritage right now.
Sure. I'm not sure about large scale, but we're definitely aiming for a mid-tier category or status in this Canadian cannabis market. If you remember the first time I was here, we had 75% of one late-stage applicant at the time, and a company called Fiamed out in Falkland, British Columbia. Fiamed got their license in July of this year and has progressed and moved forward with building additional greenhouses and now is taking a second step into extraction along with another deal we're doing. How you came to become a large shareholder of Heritage is we completed an acquisition of CANN Corp based in Fort Erie here near Niagara Falls. CANN, what it gave to us was a very large facility with a lot of options that can be had inside 122,000 square feet. Their current build-out with the cannabis that they're growing right now is one great section, but our expansion plans are going to be pretty fun. We have some nice things planned there. And then the third thing that we're just in the process of completing, if I have a good day today, it'll be done. If not, it'll likely be completed next week, is finishing our definitive agreement with Pure Pharma. Mm-hmm. Pure Pharma is a extraction company based out of Kelowna, British Columbia. A group of guys who have been doing extraction for years and are extremely good at what they do. They put out some fantastic products in the past, and we're looking at taking their knowledge and their expertise, particularly in how they do things. They have a unique process, a unique setup that we can take that, expand it into our CANN facility here in Ontario, and also expand it with Fiamed out in British Columbia. So they have the two LPs. CANN got its LP here in October. So now Heritage has two subsidiaries, both with LPs. We'll have a third who focuses on extraction, and that extraction will happen both out in British Columbia and here in Ontario.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you've got, besides that, I saw a press release recently where you're taking delivery of a large crop of hemp. So the thing that sort of made me pause about talking about the company at this point was that it's going to be a little bit of time till you start producing product and get it into the market, but turns out that you've actually got product on the way that's going to be extracted by, I assume, assuming this deal finishes with Pure Pharma, and you're going to have product available December?
It'll be a little bit later than that, probably late January, early February. We do need some licenses in order to complete that, but yeah, there's an absolute monstrous amount of hemp coming our way. Part of what Pure Pharma had that was really interesting to us was a long-term agreement with 1,600 acres, and if you think about that in terms of size, that's a massive amount of hemp.
Right.
That's currently harvested in Saskatchewan, being dried, being processed, and will be shipped into our facilities both in British Columbia and Ontario once we're set up to receive them.
Yield of biomass per acre, roughly?
It depends on the strain right now. They have a couple of different strains, but you can probably be safe somewhere in the 50 kilogram range per acre.
Okay, so 1,600 times 50 kilograms is 80,000 kilograms. Now, 80,000 kilograms, it takes roughly a ratio of 6 to 1 to create extract from that?
Yeah, again, it depends on what you're producing and how efficient it is. Internally, we use the numbers 8 to 1. We're always conservative with what we do,
okay.
but yeah, when you look at that's 10,000 kilograms of oil.
Yeah, so 10,000 kilograms of CBD concentrate, exactly. And now what's the going price for CBD concentrate?
That's a good question too, because the market right now twofold. Number one's just getting set up and legalized, I should say. People are kind of feeling their way around in the dark. That's one. Number two is the scarcity of this product is unbelievable. We have no end of demand for producing this product. Again, once we get licensed and can properly sell it, we're internally budgeting somewhere in the neighborhood of about $40 a gram.
Per gram?
Yeah, per gram. Yeah,
not kilogram.
Not kilogram, but we believe we can possibly get more,
right.
Particularly.
So $40,000 a kilogram.
Yeah.
So $40,000 times 10,000 kilograms of biomass. Unlike mining, where you can't actually extrapolate what the value of this stuff is because you got to get it out of the ground, this stuff's already harvested. All you got to do is extract it. $10,000 times, or 10,000 kilograms times 40,000. I mean, I just love that math. $400 million.
Yeah, it's actually it's $40 million. But yeah,
so.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I'm already trying to promote myself.
I'm good with 400 million. I'll take that.
A couple more crops till we get there. Okay, so great. So where are you going to sell that CBD product?
Lots of options. So we have options inside BC, inside Canada, down into South America, and a massive demand happening in Europe right now.
Right.
As you know, Europe's probably the largest cannabis market in this world. Not probably, easily.
But don't you have to be EU GMP certified to ship into Europe?
Yes, you do. You need to be able to work with somebody who can get that certified, and that is exactly what we're looking at.
Oh.
We don't need it. We can do everything that we produce. We can sell here in Canada easily. It's going to be whether or not we can open up European markets, and if we can, are we supplying it here in Canada, or are we going to supply it from somewhere else? We also have we've had many conversations with other cannabis producers who would like access to our extraction technology and the guys' know-how. When I say that they're good, they're an extraordinary group of guys in what they know and how they're putting things together. Shouldn't just say guys, because they have a lot of women on their staff who are extremely very talented too. And we can take that and we can bring it down to, just throwing out areas of Jamaica or Colombia or something like that, or Portugal.
On the European doorstep. Okay, so the thing that also really impressed me when you acquired Canacure, I thought, okay, well, this will be interesting to see what happens. And then when you told me that you're not really interested in becoming a large-scale grower because there's lots of large-scale growers from whom to purchase feedstock. And so is that kind of the business model of Heritage going forward, where you're not going to necessarily focus on becoming a grower so much as a extractor and producer of consumer-branded products?
And that's kind of up in the air right now for us. As it sits right now, we'll be growing dried flower to fulfill current market demands and requirements. In the future, our internal grow, a lot will be focused on what we grow for extraction. Many people believe, and I did too until I really learned more about the business, was that you can extract almost anything. You can take any cannabis product, throw it into an extraction machine, go back 8 hours later, and there you've got some oil sitting there. Yeah, that was wrong. Yeah, this is no different from anything else. You need beautiful product going in to get beautiful product coming out, and it can't just be anything. So we need a lot of raw material. We need a lot of feedstock coming in. So we will be doing it ourselves. We will be working with other growers. We will be working with micro-cultivators who want to get various forms of oil too.
Right. Okay, great. Then you've got a pro forma sort of idea in terms of what you're going to be producing in EBITDA in 2019 and 2020. What's your target there?
Well, we haven't talked publicly about this yet, so right. It's we have a target. We would like to see our company. It's a very staged approach to how we go. Q1, well, we're still working on extraction licenses. We're still working on sales licenses, which we have the ability to sell LP to LP right now. Both Canacure and Finemet have those licenses, and that's great. But we will go get our license to be able to sell anywhere. That'll come sometime in Q1. Right now, the process is largely out of our hands. It's all within Health Canada's processing ability. So our Q1, a little bit of revenue. Q2, significantly more. Q3, significantly more, and then Q4. It is. I hate
Q4, Katie bar the door.
Yeah, I hate using the term hockey stick because everyone brings financial projections as a hockey stick curve and puts a lot of pressure on the tail end. But we really do have the inbound product that can be producing the outbound product that will come to fruition.
And the thing I like most about this whole transaction is without the CapEx requirement. So you're not going to build a 970,000 square foot ultra state-of-the-art greenhouse anytime soon. You're not going to need $100 million to get to positive EBITDA.
No. All of our money, we've done a recent raise. We just completed a raise of about $7.5 million. After lawyers and fees and stuff like that, given what we had previously in our bank, we're sitting with about $8 million in cash right now that will be deployed based on best ROI. I come from a private company background, and you live and die by your cash positions and your return on your investment. And that I do relay the same thing into what we're doing right now with Heritage. So we will get ourselves to the point that we're on to the trajectory of continual revenue growth, and I mean continual not just for 2019, through 2020, and then be able to demonstrate to the market that that is exactly what we're doing, this is how much we're going to do, and by when. And then if we need to go out and raise more again, I certainly don't want to do it at my current prices because I am not happy with where our stock price is. You and I have had this discussion. I believe we're not just undervalued, but grossly undervalued.
Right.
So if we're ever to go and look for additional capital, we would like to get some revenue through the door and demonstrate to the market how more is going to come through and how profit is going to be achieved.
Sure. Okay, so you are not new to building companies. Tell me about what's the global annual revenue of all of the companies that you have built and currently manage right now?
Okay. Yeah, Heritage would be the, it's kind of the fifth or sixth, depending how you look, because I built one business twice, fixed it when it fell down again. So Heritage, call it the fifth company that myself and my group will be behind. Somewhere we'll be around a little north of $100 million in annual revenue of what we've done, just north of 2,000 employees. So it's building businesses is exactly what we do, and I think when you look at cannabis, and I tell this to everybody when I'm talking to them, because everyone was surprised that come October 17th, or even a month later, there's massive product shortage. Well, that's because you had an industry worth billions of dollars that on October 16th technically didn't exist. October 17th, now you have billions of dollars worth of potential revenues to be had and to be grabbed from an infrastructure that is unbelievably incapable of filling that pipeline. They will fill it. It'll take time. The problem is you need to build a business then. You're not just talking about building or growing plants here. You're not just talking about throwing up a bunch of greenhouses or building a 1 million square foot facility. These are building actual businesses, hiring real people, having HR departments in place, getting your accounting system set up, all this stuff that if you haven't done this before, if you've never built a business before, you're in for quite a ride.
Right.
There's a reason why not everybody goes and does this out there, because it's hard. And those people that, when you go and talk to them, anyone who's ever built a business, they say the same thing. Says, yeah, it's difficult.
Okay. Where are the big risks in this whole grand plan?
So we have we talk about it constantly internally within Heritage. You can be distracted every single day. Opportunities come every day in this industry. We talked about it yesterday when you and I were talking about an opportunity. We call it chasing squirrels. You're walking down a path and all of a sudden a great opportunity comes and complete focus shifts somewhere else. You can't have that. You need to be able to focus on what you're doing, go through, accomplish, get it behind you, move on to the next. However, you have to do that without losing the potential for a great opportunity. So it's being able to nurture and to keep things bubbling on the outside while you're completing your core business and getting to achieving the goals you've set forward.
Right.
Which is why in Heritage we separated. We sat down as a management group. I tweeted out a picture of that showing us meeting as a management group. We have a 60, a 120, and a 180-day plan. And those plans include us completing very integral parts to be able to handle the growth that we're expecting as a company. And we will complete those. However, at the same time, if opportunities come along that we feel are important to us, that we want to continue to add to what it is we're doing, as long as it's, we look for evolutionary, not revolutionary, so we don't want to change everything we do every time you see a great opportunity, but I don't mind tweaking things along the way as you find something comes along that looks like it's worthwhile. You
bet. Okay, so great. So the 60, 120, 180-day plan, sounds like you're going to have revenue, you've got feedstock coming, so the next time we chat, which I guess will be probably within a couple of weeks, we're going to see where you're doing. Thank you very much for joining us today, Clint.
Yeah, always happy to be here. Thanks, James.